Welcome to Made in Bloomsbury. I'm here with Fadwa. Hi, Fadwa.
Hi, Michael.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me, Michael. I'm super excited.
Likewise. Fadwa, could you tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So, my name is Fedwa Sali, and I am the founder and managing director of Your Biz Assist, which is a platform that helps and supports entrepreneurs. I come from a financial services background. I've spent the last couple of decades working for very large international banks on the investment banking side, and more recently here in Dubai, working for the Dubai Green Fund in my capacity as the Chief Risk Officer, advising the board on the deal flow that came through the door.
Nice. Very inspirational. What inspires you to do what you do?
Oh, wow. What a beautiful question, Michael. So, I've spent a long time working in the corporate world and hitting at the sort of the peak of the leadership position, in my opinion. I got to a point where I thought I need to do something with meaning that has an impact on people around me that I can see rather quickly. And that's what triggered me to start Your Biz Assist, where we help young people and we pass on the baton from old folk like us and people with gray hair to the young generation that is starting in their career that could learn tons from just interacting with us, learning from our journey, and elevating themselves to the next level.
Hmm, Nice. We've seen a lot of hype recently with AI, as you might have noticed, and I'm wondering, what is your experience with AI?
Right. So we use AI in our platform, just like many of the entrepreneurs who have discovered that AI and no code tools are out there for us to grab to use. A lot of it is for free. And what we have done with AI is truly revolutionary and beautiful because it kind of moves us away from the traditional path where learning was a privilege, where only a few got to see what the skill set required is, or got to learn about things going to an Ivy League school or going to a really, really expensive MBA program. We're now at the stage where you can grab things for free, you can learn a million things online. And this is the opportunity that we've grabbed, packaged, and turned it around to give it to entrepreneurs either for free or for a very low cost of $100 per month. So we call it invest in you for the price of your daily coffee. So the AI agent that we have built does two things. Number one, it gives you the thinking of ChatGPT, so the logic behind. And then number two, it focuses on solving the problem that you popped in to solve. So let's say you're starting a business and we've provided you with the tools and the templates that you require to build your business idea, get it validated, build your business plan, begin to think about how you're going to market your product, begin to think about your finances and what is your cash burnout rate, how long can you survive before you need funding. And then we have the AI agent popping in and giving you quick answers, like, for example, what is the current competitors to my product in Italy, or what are the current market conditions in Dubai today? What is the expected growth rate of the region? So it's this two a prompt approach that allows us to help entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, getting them the tools on a click of a button and getting them moving towards working on their dream business.
Fantastic. And working on a dream business sometimes has a lot of barriers. I know I faced them in my previous startup with no technical co founder. Although I learned a lot of technical things, I wasn't quick enough to deploy um, assistants such as no code solutions. But luckily now I've seen quite a few pop up. So could you tell us this applies in the AI space, but AI no code solutions?
Amazing question. No, absolutely. I think for some of us, including myself, I'm not a tech person, we feel threatened and we feel maybe overwhelmed when it comes to the point of using technology. I can tell you that, for example, on our platform, yourbusinessist.com, we currently have a little circle at the bottom of the screen, and that AI agent was set up by a non-technical person. So it's gotten to the point where you can simply download the agent on your platform, which is the easy part. The more difficult part of this process is to then train the agent. So the actual setup into your platform so that it could help you personally, but it can also help your clients, as opposed to, let's say, closing out of this platform, then let's move to ChatGPT website and then start asking the questions. The way we've integrated it, again, with no technology behind, is to simply have the bot, the assistant at the bottom of the screen, and then a little bit of work comes when you start to test. So let's say, for example, you're asking the bot about the projections for your industry. So one of the difficulties with entrepreneurs building everything on their own is obviously you need to learn a little bit of marketing, a little bit of finance, a little bit of technology, a few things that are away from your passion. And we now have a combination of these pre-built templates with the AI agent that can help you with that. So once you get your AI agent in place, you want to be asking the question and see what kind of responses you get. And then in an ideal world, you want to be feeding the AI documentation, which is what we've done. So we've complemented the general logic with very specific, for example, financial model. So an AI, if you went to ChatGPT today and said, build me cash flow projection model, it won't do it, but it'll give you information about how to do it. What we've done is we fed our own information into the chatbot, and as a result, you're getting a lot more specific answers rather than the higher level AI answers. So I really do encourage everybody to give it a spin, to give it a try, to get your feet wet and dirty and try it out. You're going to be so impressed with the result and what it can do without actually being a tech person.
Fantastic. I will definitely give it a try. One other thing besides technical uh, issues is investor readiness. And we've noticed that it actually doesn't work for so many. And I'm wondering why is that?
Yeah, that's such a good point, Michael. It's such a good point. I think there is a myth out there because of the number of movies and media around having an idea and then finding the millions. It really does not work like that. So, having spent a career on the other side as an investor, I'm going to wear my investor hat for a second here and say that as investors, we received a lot of pitch decks and clicking the delete button was the easiest thing to do because a lot of these pitches don't have the very basics that is required. And this is where you need to differentiate between having somebody tell you to put a few things on a pitch deck and really understanding the investor need. So if I may for a quick second just tell you what the picture is from the inside of an investor, a fund, or an investor, a VC, or even an angel investor. Basically, investors are there to make money unless they are impact investors, which is a separate story. So, in order for them to make money, they have to have a full belief that the idea, the project, has a really good chance of success. So how do we demonstrate that? That's a very difficult thing to do. So number one, you have to demonstrate some traction. If you the days of just having an idea and saying, oh, I have an idea, and my business model is that I'm producing X that is cheaper than Y. So, for example, I have a product and I'm going to give it to the market cheaper than my competitor. That is not a business model. And then you're relying on the investor to come and do that for you, because then the argument is that, oh, I need a couple of millions and then I'm going to bombard the marketplace with marketing, and therefore I'll be able to have the volume, and therefore I'll be able to produce this or give out this product or service for less than my competitor. That is really not a business model. So what do investors look for? So there's two things. Number one, as an entrepreneur, you need to understand the investor appetite. So you need to knock on the right door. So, for example, if you're knocking on a door of an equity firm that doesn't do early stage, you've knocked on the wrong door. Then, if you're knocking on a door of an investor that is not interested in your industry, for example, let's take green. Not everybody is going to be investing in green. Then you need to understand whether this group of investors are looking specifically for technology or other things. In terms of trends, technology has been winning over the last number of years versus, let's say, real estate, bricks and mortar, or other industries. So, number one, you need to do your homework vis-a-vis which investor you'll be talking to. Number two, you need to provide them with a product that they will for sure make money on. So if your product is half baked, if you've got no traction, no, even if it's free clients at the moment or a few clients, if you have no expression of wow from your environment, then you haven't made the case. You're just one of another thousand with that are at the same stage that you're at. So you really do need to be a little bit more than just, I have an idea and I've put that idea on a website. It has to be at the level where you can demonstrate that people want your product. And the fastest way to demonstrate that is to have clients, even if they're free. And if you're offering it for free initially, or a few clients that are in existence, combined with the list, the bells and whistles that you need. So, for example, of course, you have to have reviewed your competitors. Of course, you have to have identified that little niche within the market that is not served. That is, by the way, a difficult thing to do. So you'd have to review the entire market and find which sub-market and sub-segment your competitors are failing within, so that you have the opportunity to enter. You need to have your basics in place, such as your legal documents. You need to have your IP protection in place. You need to have your basic financial statements and your basic forecasts. Things like stress testing and scenario analysis have become much more important post COVID. And what that means is that the investor wants to understand how your company is going to look during a COVID type scenario. So if things went really bad, would your company survive, or would it go under super fast? If you're able to survive a small shock, that gives a tremendous amount of comfort to investors. So those are the things that investors would look for.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your insights and your time.
Thank you, Michael. Really appreciate the opportunity.